Okay, so here is us trying something completely different and doing a Shadowrun using the Genesys rule system and building characters. As we don't know what the characters are going to be yet and how well the system's going to work, we're going to have fun doing it as we go. So,
Yay!
online we have M.
Hello. Today I may or may not be playing a
Ranger.
No boy. I may not be playing a criminal or an escapee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
just for lulz, probably play something really dumb.
that is fair.
Equip goes, not your best equips, but at least you got one in there.
Yeah.
And moving over to Josh.
Who's the paladin?
I'm the Paladin.
Paladin!
Paladin.
See, this is one time being overly loud works.
Yes. Hi, I'm Josh. I have no idea what we're going to play today, but we'll make it up as we go, and usually as we make it up as we go, we have a load of fun, so...
Well, that's the whole point with role-playing is if you can have fun just creating a character, hopefully the rest of the game will be enjoyable.
Now, Mia, are you trying to answer a question with your foot? Because you keep on raising me above the table.
That is exactly how you ask a question when you're a baby.
I'm sure she will be a gymnast with the razor foot instead of razor hand.
Oh yeah, get her into that early.
Yeah.
Well, she's already been swimming.
Yeah, I saw, I think it was a video or a photo or something of her swimming. It looked
Oh,
really
yeah, the massive span of
absolutely adorable.
Photos and videos the other day.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
not
not.
on Facebook as much at the moment because, I'm not on anything digital at the moment for long, but I did catch those, so they were cool.
She was adorable in them. And so at the table we have Ariadna.
Who normally plays Thala, the druid who is obsessively pursuing stories for her tree of life, no matter how suicidal those pursuits might be, or possibly creating a character for Shadowrun that has been fired for doing something spectacularly wrong that went really well but was highly illegal.
Okay, so what I have available for us today is using the nice little Genesys rule set. Something that's based around the Star Wars is everyone got to choose a background. We had ex-corporate drone where you had this brilliant lifestyle and now it's gone. Fired, well, not a corporate drone, you had an income and now you don't. Poverty, growing up poor, you want something more. Escape, you're a slave or an experiment of some kind.
Experiment. That's the way you gotta go.
And criminal, you're on the run using an assumed identity. So, Ariadna, which one was your preference again?
I wanted to go for fired.
Okay.
Something spectacular that was wrong but also went right. And was also illegal. And then, they just
That's completely up to you.
wanted to distance themselves from him.
And Em, which one did you want?
Maybe I'll go escapee. I think that might play on better with what I'm thinking of.
And Josh, which one appealed to you the most?
I'll go with criminal.
Now, the amusing thing with race, you don't actually have to tie race to the other side of things. You can be absolutely anything. So, the six main types of races, because for some reason I can't math. Animalistic, dwarf, elf, human, or control.
What does control mean?
So troll means that you're twice as big as everyone else.
No, sorry,
I think she thought you said control, not troll, under the bridge, pay us money, or we'll kill you and freeze to stone in sunlight.
Yeah, exactly what Ariana said. Yes.
Do your stretchy arms have the reach to chuck the dice down my way just in case we need it?
Well, you won't need those. We're using these ones.
Oh, okay.
The
Alright.
Star
You
Wars
don't have
dice.
rain at the moment.
That's fine.
We do not have rain at the moment.
It's closing in.
We're about to though.
I don't object to rain though.
That's the dice we'll end up using when we use dice.
Alright.
And I should probably move the dice camera to actually where there is dice.
That usually helps. You could always move the camera in on my cup. It's a really good cup. That scribes today for me.
Oh.
Oh, that hurt.
Well, Geralt.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put you there.
The fun thing of making things work is not always easy.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so yes, there is a dice tree, and wrong sort of dice in the dice tree. Okay, so
So am I the Star Wars dice?
Yep.
Because we're using Fate?
Genesis.
Genesis, that's it.
Genesis
Oh,
uses
it's
the same. That they have their own generic version of the dice, but they have different symbols, so you can't mix them. But the symbols mean exactly the same things.
So what is it the same as the Star Wars dice? What do you mean?
That they have dice that have the same meanings as the Star Wars dice, but with different symbols.
Right. Okay.
So he's being uncharacteristically non-GM by not getting more dice and just reusing the dice he has for Star Wars because they'll do the same thing.
So we could use our Star Wars app and
I believe that
be
that's
okay.
what Mum said.
Your Star Wars app would be perfectly fine for
But
this.
just wait till I get to PAX and then my enthusiasm and passion for not buying more dice catches on to him and then maybe he'll be convinced to get more dice. I just remembered I forgot my 6-year tabs, so I'm just going to quickly go and get them.
Okay, so Em, what race do you think you would like to try?
I was thinking animalistic, going with tying in with the sort of escaped.
So you can be an average or a fast one. Unfortunately, the one that shifts form is a little too early in the story.
Mm-hmm.
So they're listed as Gen 3 story for tonight's game.
Yep. Okay. Fast.
Okay.
Because I escaped, so I gotta be quick, right?
So the big benefit of being fast is you can move twice in a round using maneuvers and still have an action without taking strain.
Oh, cool.
Now, no other character can do that except for the fast animalistic or the shifter animalistic. They're the two that can do it, and the shifter is the one who can actually change between animal, hybrid, and human. So that's something to look forward to in if I do the next generation storyline. So that basically says you have 2 in each of your attributes except 1 in intellect and 3 in cunning. So you do get to have your dumb character.
I'm fast, but dumb.
But you're also cunning. You may be dumb, but you're cunning.
I'm dumb, but I'm cunning. Well, I mean, I've got to have worked out how to escape somehow, right?
That is correct.
Miss Fluffy Bottom?
And you start off with 1 rank in perception, and you have and basically it's got everything you need to know about the fast in that basic section there. So
if I just click on Gen 3 animalistic, it'll take me to that. Is that right?
It should. So that's what
Okay.
I did. I moved them all together. So Josh, did you feel like being animalistic, a dwarf, an elf, a human, an orc, or a troll?
Oops, sorry, I accidentally muted when I didn't mean to.
Never mind. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna be a troll, man.
You're gonna be a troll?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have
Real troll.
nothing wrong with being a troll.
Whoop.
So you also have 2 in everything except 1 in presence and 1 in intellect,
Yeah.
but you have 4 in brawn.
Yeah. Buff.
So knowing Star Wars, you understand exactly how tough you are.
Yeah.
So it has all the basics there. Okay, so we'll go over to Ariadna and see, did you have a desire to be an animalistic person?
So I'm pretty sure you've anticipated this and you know the answer. Are any of those able to make me a dragon at some point, even if I'm human most of the time?
Not yet.
Damn. Are any of them transferable to that when it happens?
All of them.
Alright. I'll go animalistic then.
Okay. So,
Can I be animalistic elf or?
not particularly. All the animalistic are human at this stage.
Oh, okay. Oh, I want to be an elf.
You want to be an elf?
Yes.
Okay. So there are 4 different types of elves.
Okay.
You can be an average elf, which nearly everyone is.
Why would you want to be average?
You can be an awakened elf, which has access to magic.
Okay.
You can be a city elf because, well, you spent most of your time in the city. Or you can be a Scrounger elf who grew up in the outskirts.
I'm gonna go for, again, probably predictable for me, but magic elf.
Mm-hmm.
Because that ties in with failing spectacularly at something and then having it actually work out but be fired because of it.
Okay.
Magic can go wrong.
And then on top of that one, we have what's called a career. And the career is limited for some over the others, but because the way the game works, as long as you're not a robot, you can learn magic.
Okay, so you can learn magic even if
You don't start off with magic.
Yeah, that's good. I'm still happy to start off with magic.
Okay, so M, you have the choice of being academically minded, a bounty hunter, a con artist, a courier, an investigator, aristocrat called Aristi, a roughneck, a cyber runner, a soldier, or a techie. Though you can actually take one of the 5 spellcasting ones of Adept, Disciple, Mage, Primalist, or Scholar as well.
That sounds like a lot to cover.
It is a lot to cover.
Yes, you can play too, Therion. We will attend to your...
I'm intending to put together a couple of basic examples so people can fast play.
We can always give one of them to Therion, who seems to feel that he needs to participate. I'm pretty sure he wants to be animalistic. Unless, of course, you're thinking from the fact that if he was human-based, he'd have opposable thumbs and could feed himself whatever he wanted.
What's Roughneck? Is Roughneck available?
Roughneck is available. So roughneck basically means that you basically used to work in something like construction. So you have all these all your skills are geared around that, even though you do have options for other stuff.
Or primalist of me, or with knowledge, or...
As you can see, the spellcasting traditions don't have a lot of tech, as the main distinction between them and the non-spellcasting ones.
Mia, no. Ta.
What was that?
The lights might change. I'll try this one on so I can see here. Did you give me an option? Do you want to say it out loud? Because you can
What do you reckon would suit a not too bright but cunning escaped bard?
Well, a con artist would work.
Yeah.
Not too bright, but good at tricking people.
Okay, alright, we'll go with con artist then. Charm, coordination, deception, melee, negotiation, range, polite, skullduggery, stealth. Yeah, no, okay, that sounds good.
And you start off with a fair degree of gear options.
pistol, armor blade, and 3 stun grenades. Concealed.
They call it Bucky Weave, so it just concealed some sort of armor. Because I'm basically pinching from 4 different rule sets at the moment, putting it all together.
That's what you do, right?
Yep, I'm very good at doing that. So while you're looking that up, Josh, did you have something you thought you'd like to have for your criminal troll?
Yep.
What did you have in mind?
I'm a bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter works perfect.
Yeah. Big buff troll bounty hunter brings me in trouble.
Okay, so then I will ask Ariadna, and I'll go through that list with her again. So, with your awakened elf, who is fired, you can choose to be an academic, so good in scholarly pursuits, a bounty hunter, very much in the vein of the Star Wars characters, a con artist, a courier, you're good at getting things from place to place, a investigator, you're good at investigating stuff, a Risti, which is you were aristocrat, a roughneck, which is basically someone who's construction sort of industry sort of person, a runner, which is a cyber person, as in decking into something, and cybernet running the internet.
Okay, yeah.
A soldier or a techie, and then you have the magic traditions of adept, good with internal magic, not flashy magic. Disciple, you're good on calling on the. But basically, you call on other things to do the work for you.
Yeah.
Mage, you like the flashy. Primal, you like affecting nature. And Scholar, you work with runes.
And you can only be one of all of those choices.
They just give you your starting stuff.
Okay.
And whichever choice you make doesn't stop you from taking options that all those things have available.
Yeah. So with the Bounty Hunter one, it's strictly like the Star Wars one. Is there like a guild, and then you've got to like do 10 jobs?
Not with this one.
Okay.
This one just means you have worked as a bounty hunter collecting people for money.
Okay. And the Con Man one,
You have made money by scamming it from other people.
does it have to be from other people? Could it be from corporations?
That's other people as far as it's concerned.
Horrible corporations? That's going to be my first choice.
Okay.
Con
Con artist.
Artist, yes. I prefer that over Con Man.
Well, I've got it written down as con artist on there as well.
Well, that's good.
Two con artists and bounty hunter sounds like a good time.
Well, between us, we should be able to get through to anything.
Hopefully.
Okay, so I will help Ariadna quickly put her character together properly. So while you should be able to follow the basic rules there yourself, and then I'll ask about specializations, about how you guys specialize.
Yep.
That part hasn't been fully put together yet, but I will be pinching from the books directly for those. Okay, so as Ariadna is an awakened elf, she has 2 in her base stats except for will and agility. Okay, where's my Star Wars book?
Is there a particular...
I was just looking for the one that had all the notes in it, because it would make it easier to do some of the stuff.
Bedroom, or
It's here.
what's good? Things I don't have to get up again?
Yes, that's always good.
To be honest, my side's burning pretty bad today.
Okay.
Timing.
I thought I could write the basics out for you.
Yeah, I'd actually kind of... That'd be helpful. I've got to figure out a way to get my hands working a little bit more.
Okay, so
Martin.
yep.
Going back, selecting a race and troll. It says 2 in everything. So what are the attributes?
So we have brawn, agility, intellect,
Select
cunning,
cunning,
willpower,
willpower,
and presence.
and presence. Thank you.
So I have 2 in everything but intellect and 3 in cunning, agility, wounds. Is that brawn?
Let's see. For the fast one, you have 2 in everything except for intellect and cunning. Oh no, you got cunning and agility as 3. So yes, you do have 2 as 3.
So AAGI and sorry, cunning is 3.
Yep.
The brawn will be 2, int will be 1, will be 2, and presence will be 2. Is that right?
That should be right.
And so where's it say wounds in brackets 9 plus brawn? Oh, is that our hit points?
So wounds is how many hit points you have, but you still get to add some advancements to your character. So that's not going to be how it starts out, it's how it ends out as.
Mm-hmm.
Was I?
Don't drop it. You want to go die for it, don't you? It's not bad now. There they are.
And XP is how much you can actually spend to upgrade your character with all the extra stuff you want.
So I have 90 to play with. Is that right?
That is correct. Though you do get you get 4 skills from your career as at 1 rank for free, and you'll get 2 from a specialization for free.
So starting skills where it says 1 rank in either and then perception, or does that mean 1 rank in either perception and something else?
Okay, so going back to so for the animalistic, you get 1 rank in perception. Either shouldn't be there. It's just that the one above it had either athletics, coordination, or resilience, and I forgot to delete the word either. Which I shall do on the other page while I'm here. So it's handy having it open at the same time.
Yeah. That's why I was confused. I was like, either perception or what? Or is it just perception?
It's just perception for those ones. And what I'm talking about is under Con Artist, you have a bunch of career skills, and you can have each of those ones can get a free a free boost.
So like charm, coordination, deception, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So do we have those already?
No, you can take them. But you can use any skill without ranks, so you're not required to have ranks in them except for the magic skills.
Right, okay, that makes a little more sense. So it's kind of like Pathfinder in that sense, where we have like, it's when we're not trained, we just take the level.
You just use your attribute in this game.
Uh,
So when you have skill in it, you get an upgraded dice.
so with the one in perception, that means it's an upgraded dice.
Yes. So the base dice are the green dice there,
Yep.
and the upgraded dice are the yellow dice.
Yep. Me and stop trying to reach for everything. Sorry. So I'm looking at my career as economics at the moment. And so my plus one for perception was from being animalistic.
Okay,
So you look
so
at your
Ariadna, you get free bonus in 4 of these skills. So either charm, coordination, deception, melee, negotiation, ranged light, skullduggery, or stealth.
So I get 4 of those?
You get 4 of those.
Can you say that slowly a second time, please?
Yeah. Charm, coordination, deception, melee, negotiation, ranged light, skullduggery, and stealth.
God, I want like 6 of those.
Well, these are the ones you get for free. You can add stuff to them later.
So, I take charm.
Yep.
Is there a negotiation one?
Yeah, there is a negotiation one.
And was there a deception one?
There is a deception one.
Yep. And I think either skullduggery or stealth. I might do stealth.
Well, you automatically get one in negotiation because of being an elf. Do you want to put a second point into it to start with?
Please explain.
So-
Shit, I'm quoting that awful woman.
Race gives you negotiation.
Right.
So career also can give you negotiation. So if you wanted to, you could leave the extra one in negotiation and put something in skullduggery as well, and have one in 5 skills.
Yeah. So I could have negotiation, stealth, skullduggery, charm, and
Deception. and-
deception. Yeah. Is there any particular advantage at this stage of the game to having 2, say, in negotiation or?
Well, yes, because it's cheaper to buy the one in skullduggery than it is to buy the 2 in negotiation.
Well, in that case, I will go that way because that sounds practical.
Okay. So, did you guys sort your own out based on that?
No, I didn't quite understand, sorry.
Okay.
And I also was trying to deal with Mia escaping off the couch.
So basically,
Josh.
you choose 4 of the career skills in your career.
Yep.
Mhm.
And you add 1 to them. So you could have a brawl of 1, a melee of 1, a streetwise of 1, a driving of 1. So you could be the troll driver.
Sorry, Mia's being... Because she hasn't had a sleep. I think she's starting to get tired. Tired and fidgety.
I was just saying Josh could be the troll driver.
Oh no, don't worry, I've chosen my 4. So,
That's all good.
Question, Martin.
Yeah.
so in terms of my career skills, in terms of being a bounty hunter, I've chosen brawl, driving, ranged heavy, and resilience.
That's all good. And what was your question?
I managed to get onto your blog for Shadowrun, but I can't find character creation in these.
They will send it to you via the messenger.
Is it on this page somewhere? And I've-
Might not be easily accessible on that page because I just published it. Because I've basically been working on it all day.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be disruptive. I was just trying to
It's been
do
sent
some
to you.
of it myself.
It's been sent to you through messenger. Okay. So Em, have you got yourself sorted out? Do you need me to walk through it again for you?
I think I'm okay. So I can pick 4. I think I'm gonna pick... What's skullduggery again?
Skullduggery is your ability to work in the shadows, I believe. I'll get the actual definition out for you because I don't
Is
have
it
the book here.
skullduggery and stealth, which I would presume were the same?
Sort of. Let me get it.
Because that might depend on what form I'm able to actually like take / warmth.
Okay, so skullduggery is picking someone's pockets, trying to pick a lock, study a security system, attempt to extract opponents, trying to slip something in someone else's food. Whereas stealth is you're trying to hide from someone, trying to tail someone without being noticed, trying to sneak in somewhere, past a security system, or try to move quietly through a house. So both are very useful.
Because I was thinking charm. Deception, negotiation, and was trying to choose between between skullduggery and stealth.
Well, on the bright side, how you've got that XP for your character, each one of those career skills costs you 5 to get 1 rank in after character creation. As part of character creation. So you can increase the rest of those.
These are the ones we get for the 4 we get for free.
These are the ones you get before you have to pay for them.
Right. Yeah.
It's always nice not to have to pay.
Try.
Okay, so Ariadne, if you want to scroll down to step 3, there are a base specialization and magic specializations.
Yeah, so I picked like con artist.
You picked con artist as your base specialization,
Yeah.
but you can pick a magic specialization
No.
as your career.
I think I was going to pick mage, but I just want a quick reread of them.
The specializations would be underneath it that haven't been added in yet. So I'd be digging out from my book and getting extra stuff.
Under the non-hyphenated magic specializations. I'll just read through that quickly.
There's a lot of options there.
What is an artillery striker?
That's basically someone who's using their body to attack. So half of those work better with the adept style, which is I'm turning myself into a weapon.
Right. Is this like literal, or just you have the martial art or whatever skills to?
Literal, you spiritually make yourself able to punch holes through walls.
Okay. And what's the Makashi duelist?
Another variant on that. They're a whole lot of variants on beating things up.
So the duelist would be, as kind of from the name, dueling.
Yeah, you'd most likely make your weapon magically powerful.
Okay, and then the Nimnim disciple will be a type of disciple.
Martial art, yeah.
Yeah, martial arts. Pathfinder will be like investigating, I presume.
Pathfinder, Peacekeeper, Protector, Sage, Seer, all good. Shadow is someone who doesn't want to be seen using magic.
Okay.
Which might be quite useful to you.
Yeah. And what's Starfighter Ace? Is that flying?
That is flying. I shouldn't have it on the list yet because of the fact that it gives you abilities you can't use in the game.
And I'm guessing the knight with the Shi-Cho is just kind of like
another martial style.
A type of, martial arts.
Okay.
I'm thinking probably Shadow, but do you have any more details about Artisan?
The Artisan is using magic to create items.
Okay. And Shadow's to get in and out of places?
He's using magic to help you sneak through places.
I'm just wondering whether or not I should be a healer or something like that.
Don't have to be.
Would it be more handy though?
Not particularly if your job is to sneak in and get stuff.
Well, I'm thinking I'm basing most of my job around charming and conning people, but I'm pretty sure it would be helpful occasionally to sneak in and then, you know, do things from inside, from the back end. So I think I will go with Shadow.
Okay.
So I put that under magic specializations when I'm writing up my stuff here.
Yep. So I'll write it in here for you.
And I shall use that in specializations.
So that gives you.
I picked Shadow. Like the other ones you've been talking about, can you build and add other bits from this list later?
Yep.
Cool.
All the specializations are available to everyone, except the magic ones not available to robots.
Kind of fair enough, but at the same time, I feel like robots are getting the hard side of that. I can't think of words today. So then, step 4, invest experience.
Okay, so the extra skills you get from that one are skullduggery, stealth, streetwise, and knowledge Shadowrun.
Streetwise. And was the last one?
Knowledge of Shadowrun, yeah. So you get to pick 2 of those 4.
Oh, right, okay. I was writing them all down.
Well, they also become career skills to you, so you can then.
Yeah, well,
get them
I'm
to-
trying to keep this page being about what I am right now,
Yep.
rather than what I'm going to be. If I've already got stealth, would I be adding stealth?
You would be adding stealth.
Okay. And the same goes for skullduggery.
You
versus-
currently don't have skullduggery. You currently don't have streetwise. You currently don't have Shadowrun.
Okay, and what is Shadowrun?
It's knowledge of Shadowrunning. Gives you, if you need to know something about Shadowrunning, that's the skill you roll against.
So that's the technological breaking into things and doing.
The ability to find contacts and deal with contacts,
Okay,
and what Shadowrunning entails.
Probably would do a con person like myself a lot more benefit at the moment.
For a game called Shadowrun, it is a key skill.
Yeah, I'm just going to erase some of these.
And did you want to be better at stealth as well?
I think I said yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got yours written down
Well, I
there.
wouldn't blame you if you thought I'd said no.
Okay, so now I will ask M. Based on you being the... so you're the escapee animalistic con artist. You are open on any one of the specializations you'd like to take. What sort of thing do you see your character as?
Sorry, Mum, I was just in the kitchen getting bowls. What was the question?
The question was, you have your choice of any of the specializations. What would you see your character as? If you take the magic specialization, your character also becomes awakened. If you already weren't. That's the main difference between it and the normal one.
So sorry, what section are we up to? So step 5?
This is still step 3.
Oh!
Oh, this is still step 3.
Oh!
Yep.
Yep, so I wrote the wrong thing just there.
Okay.
Is that select a career?
It is select a career because careers come with specializations, but instead of limiting the specialization to each career, I've said any career can have any specialization.
Right, so it's just in the base specializations, is that right?
All the magic specializations. There's no limit put on your animalistic character.
Right.
And plus, you can actually choose what sort of animal you appear as well.
We all know what I'm gonna go with.
Cat.
No!
I just suspect that it will be some sort of puppy, maybe.
No, maybe more wolf, but anyway.
Yeah,
go
well, that's
Men in
what I
Black.
mean.
I'm not going to go
We
Men in
do
Black.
call your wolf in Pathfinder puppy, though, don't we?
Though I also had in the back of my head Chihuahua.
Yeah. You could be a dire chihuahua.
Martin, how could you?
I thought you'd laugh at it at least.
If you're a dire
I did, that
chihuahua,
was very funny.
if you're a dire chihuahua, does that mean you're like 5 times more annoying than your average chihuahua?
I'm sure you make all the Chihuahuas around you follow you around and do what you ask it to do.
That would definitely increase the irritation and annoyance.
And for the first time ever, whenever you enter an area of Chihuahuas, they're quiet.
So I picked out 4 other things earlier, and I hadn't found a book to write things down in yet.
Mm-hmm. I've got them all written down on this page, and I was going to give it to you.
Oh, you don't have to rip it out.
It's okay, it's just a page.
Paper. It says she who's got a forest in a spare bedroom. So.
And also the same with Josh, if he had something he felt like his criminal troll bounty hunter would love to be, because driver is one of the options there.
Did you say driver?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just, I'll read them out to you if you didn't see them on your phone. Is agitator, someone who stirs people up.
Yep.
Ambassador, assassin, bodyguard, commando, doctor, driver, gadgeteer, gunner, infiltrator, marauder, another person who just beats people up, mechanic, medic, mercenary soldier, politico, outlaw tech, quartermaster, recruit, saboteur, scholar, scientist, scoundrel, scout, sharpshooter, slicer, survivalist, tactician, thief, and trader are the base ones, and they're basically all pinched from the Star Wars role-playing game.
I was gonna say they don't stint on choices. That's a lot of them.
Well, Shadowrun very much is a game where you have the choice to do whatever you want with a character. So that's why I'm going to build up some very basic characters for people to choose from for when we use it as fill-in games. But having people build characters is fun.
Yeah.
Martin, so how many specializations can we take? Sorry.
You start off with 1, and you'll get 2 free skills out of that specialization. Then you can buy as many as you want after that.
Right. Okay.
So
And that buying is using experience?
it is using experience, yes. You use your experience to advance your skills, your specializations, buying talents associated with the specialization, which we won't do today, and increasing your attributes during character creation. So your attributes can only be increased during character creation or completing a specialization.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are 20 talents in a specialization to collect to get your ability upgrade.
What? I'm looking at Marauder or Survivalist.
Mm-hmm.
And here's about those.
Okay, so I'm just going to open up. Let me see. Marauder is in that book.
Ooh, B4
No double thing.
Where was 78? Where are we? Okay, so designed around the high gun, the Marauder is someone who is tough and likes to take things down. Works with feral strength and beating things up, so would go very well with the fact that you have claws and would like to beat things up.
Yep, okay, yep.
Okay. So it has access to coercion, melee, resilience, and survival.
Coercion coercion sounds nice. Can I get 2 of
Yep.
those?
You get 2 of those.
So coercion and...
Coercion, melee, resilience, and survival. The other thing is you get to add those to your career skills, so they're cheaper to buy when you advance your character.
Okay. And what was, just for the sake of asking, what was in survival?
Survivalist is... And we can hear the chips in the background.
It's cling film around our ramen. They cling film around the soup and the noodles.
Yeah.
Because I've been having complaints of people stealing them and that, so it just stops them from getting it.
Is that for deliveries?
Yeah.
Okay, so the
sorry.
survivalist will give you access to perception, resilience, survival, and it was knowledge xenology, but I'll have to come up with something else because we're not using that one in this game. I think knowledge society would help. Or how about knowledge shadowrunning, because knowledge shadowrunning is probably better for survival. Suits what we're doing.
I think maybe Marauder would suit better. And go with what about the one you mentioned first? And
so Marauder has coercion, melee, resilience, and survival.
maybe coercion and resilience. What does resilience do? Is that against poisons and stuff?
I will look it up and describe it to you. It's easier than trying to remember. Okay, resilience. You want to go without sleeping for days on end. You ingest a toxin and want to see how bad it is. You're in a hostile environment and don't want to die from that. Or you're intending to recover from a critical injury on your own without medical attention.
That sounds like my character. I don't seek medical attention. I don't need that.
Layout and interpretation. Here, is that social and then...
It's social skills
And then you get those 3 in social and then that, or are they just a group of skills?
So we got those 3 are in your social skills that you've got access to.
And then the next one down
is your combat skills.
Combat and those 3. Yeah, okay, so I've done this. Because I thought they were just a general group and I'm looking at it actually.
And I think the bottom one ended up being the general group.
I'll read.
Okay, I also forgot, because you took the Awakened Elf, you also get to choose one of the magic skills.
Can we pause on that one to fix
Okay.
this up?
All good. So Josh, which one appealed to you the most?
Running along the same lines as the bounty hunter.
Yep.
Either only an assassin or a mercenary soldier.
Okay. So, if you took the assassin, I'm just going to look it up for you and tell you what you get.
Yeah.
So the assassin is good with melee, ranged heavy, skullduggery, and stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And has abilities that allows it to kill things easier.
Yeah.
Now just going down to the mercenary soldier. Mercenary soldier has discipline, gunnery, leadership, and range heavy.
Okay.
And so they're good with telling everyone else what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And also shooting. So...
Yeah. I might go... So what was Assassin again, Martin? What were the skills in that one?
Yep. Getting back to it.
Yeah, sorry.
All good. This is why I've in the middle of putting it all together. So you have melee, ranged heavy, skullduggery, and stealth.
And skullduggery is kind of like breaking into things.
It's breaking into things, palming things, dropping things into people's food.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to take Assassin. And I will take Skullduggery. Take Skullduggery, and I will take Melee as well.
Yep. Because they all come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Now that is step 1 to 4 done.
Mm-hmm.
And step 5 is where you actually get to advance things. And it has all the information there on how to do it. You can't purchase anything above rank 2. But it's also the only time you can increase your attributes. And your attributes can only go up to rank 5.
Yep.
So that means if you wanted to get your troll to have strength 5, that is possible. But you have to increase it incrementally. So if someone has strength 1, they'd have to increase it to 2, then to 3, then to 4, then to 5. But for you can spend 50 points of your XP to start off with strength 5.
Yep.
So it is 5 times the number you want for the next increment.
Yep.
Whereas if you want to increase a skill, it's 5 by the number of it. Attributes, 10 times the value you want.
Mm-mm.
Skills are 5 by the rank you want.
Yep. Yep.
And if it's not one of your career skills, then you have to spend an extra 5 points.
Yep. And what is that's where this is where yes, this is where the race comes in.
Yep, the race gives you all those extra bonuses and how much XP you get.
Got it.
So I am considering upping the XP of the troll because I just dug out a book that had an equivalent.
Oh yeah.
But it might drop your strength.
I don't mind. I'm happy to go with what's on the website. I don't mind.
Yep, that's all good. So the amusing thing is, when I'm comparing it, it is very similar.
Yeah.
Okay, so it only has 1 in intellect, not 1 in presence, and has 3 in brawn instead of 4.
Yeah. So basically, it's just a swap in presence and brawn.
Yep, and it is a lot weaker in wounds, and doesn't have regeneration. So I think the regeneration's a lot better.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I tried to make the troll beefy, which suits how the game was playing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So each thing has been tweaked ever so slightly.
Yeah.
And if you're curious, we've got average orc, awakened orc, and belligerent orc. And for humans, when all of them are available, you've got the average human, the aristocrat human, the clone human, the cyborg human, the Gmod human, the intellectual human, the labourer human, and the loony human. So loony represents someone who is from outer space. So you spent life in orbit. Whereas dwarves have average dwarf, city dwarf, street dwarf, and then stunted dwarf. And the synthetic characters are the Biroid.
Yeah.
And then we've got the animalistic one, which M's got, which eventually gets access to the shifter type. The idea is that as magic grows, more options become available. And just so you know, I have Sookie Cat at the moment.
Oh, Terrinoth.
I'm just
Buddy.
Yep.
read, you've got wounds and then in brackets there's 2 things.
Yep.
Read all the other brackets.
So, it is 8 plus BR, representing brawn, and the other one is...
I've got all the other ones, 11 plus will and 90. But the BR I wasn't sure about.
Yep.
Right, so I've got everything on this page now. You said something about magic?
Yep, you have a choice of one of the, starting with one ranking one of the magic skills.
Okay. And what were the magic skills again?
The magic skills are Alchemy, Arcana, so that's like wizardry, Divine, that's basically asking others to do stuff for you.
Well, I was going to say, does that mean I get to look at Josh and make him hear the word Paladin in his head?
Quite possibly.
God, that is so funny.
Primal,
Yep.
Runes,
Right.
and Verse.
So is verse like a singing type
Yep.
deal? Runes is runes. What was the one?
Primal is before that,
Yeah.
so that's nature.
That's nature. Yeah. That's, you said before.
Divine is higher powers.
Okay. Yeah.
Arcane is splashing magic.
Yep.
And Alchemy is toil, boil and bubble. Witchery stuff.
Okay. Tend to go arcane so I can be flashy when I need to be, like distracting people.
We'll worry about
Arcana.
how that.
Is that?
So Arcana is the arcane one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So put that one down. We'll figure out how. I'll get all the rules for that up there later. It's just at the moment we'll note it down for later.
Is there an easier one that I can pick right now?
They're all just as easy as each other. I have the books here, so I can dig it out and try to figure it out if we need to.
Yeah. So was that a magic skill or a magic specialization?
That was a magic skill.
Yep.
You can learn all the magic skills.
Yep.
I just try not to drop books everywhere.
I don't know.
As I dig out your starting gear. I just wanted to make sure I understood what they all were. Okay, so each of you with your chosen career got a bunch of extra stuff. So Josh got himself a choice of a carbine heavy weapon, which is pretty cool, or a blade and 3 stun grenades. Oh, sorry, two glop grenades.
And how are block grenades different from stun grenades?
So glop grenades are like glue grenades.
Okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
So this is the starting gear, yeah?
Yep. And then I'm going to roll up some percentile starting money for you that you start the game with.
Yay!
Let's start off with Ariadne. So she starts off with 45 credits.
This 1D 100 credits. Does that change depending on what career you took?
It does. So it looks like M gets 87 credits.
No, you got a fair amount of credits.
And let's see how the dice love Josh.
Pardon me.
Josh gets 28 credits.
Apparently, bounty hunting doesn't pay as good as it used to.
Oh no, I've spent it all on my stuff.
You spend it all on your gear.
So you get a choice of a gun or a baton with grenades and body armor. So the gun or the other stuff.
I feel like I'd probably be too dumb to use a gun, so I'd probably have like that monoblade and the stun grenades.
No,
No, for mine, yeah. Because I have a choice of a Fletcher pistol or a monoblade and 3 stun grenades.
I'm gonna go with the stun baton.
Yep. So that means you get the stun baton, the 2 glop grenades, and the body armor.
Yep.
Then you get the choice.
2 glop grenades, was it?
Yeah, 2 glop grenades.
Yep. And then under armor, I have light armor.
Light body armor.
So
Yeah.
is that spelled GL or BL?
GLOP.
Glock.
Glop.
Grenade.
GLOP.
Oh, glop. That's completely different from either of the ones that I was thinking it was going to be.
Okay. And Ariadna and M get to choose between a pistol or a blade with grenades.
As I said, my character sounds like he's too dumb to fire a pistol without firing it into his own foot. So,
How many grenades do you get?
You get 3 stun grenades.
Okay.
So you get a blade and 3 stun grenades, or a gun.
Can it have a silencer attached to it?
Eventually, yes.
Okay. It's really hard to decide between the knife and the gun. I might go the gun.
Okay.
don't try and put you in there.
Then you get armor or a disguise and lockpicking set.
Picking set for me.
So M, are you armor or disguise and lockpicking kit? Disguise and lockpicking kit.
No, I said blade.
Oh.
And then the next one down, I get to pick between armor and something.
Armor or a disguise kit and lockpicking kit.
Disguise kit.
Okay, so at this stage I'll go with each of you get 2 slap patches. I'll avoid the
How do you spell that?
SLAP
Yep.
patches.
Yeah, because I thought you said slat. So
Slap
yeah,
patches. And personal comlink and 2 happy patches.
So it's 2 times those.
And Josh, do you want brass knuckles or 2 slap patches?
Nah, go with the brass knuckles.
Yeah.
And then you get 3 snap locks, which are basically restraints, and a utility belt.
Yep, I've already noted all that down.
So I
All
got a
good.
slap patch times 2, happy patch times 2, but what was the middle one?
Personal comlink.
Personal compliment. Thank you.
Okay, and we'll make sure Ariadna can upgrade her character to finish. How much XP did you
It
have?
says 90. on my
90 here. Would you like to increase one of your attributes?
sheet. And would they be the brawn, agility,
Yeah.
intellect ones?
Those are the ones.
And I can only do 1.
You can increase them multiple times, but you've got 90 points to spend.
Okay, and it's 5 for each time you increase something.
It's 10 times the number you want to go to, and you've got to increase them 1 at a time. So if you want to go between a 1 and a 2, that's 20 points.
Okay.
If you want to go from a 1 to a 3, that's 20 points plus 30 points.
Okay. So being that I'm going for charm and conning, I should probably be looking at presence, intellect, and cunning. Would that be?
They would all help you.
So I think intellect would be worthwhile advancing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's at least 20. 20, and then that would give me just 50 left if I want to do increase one by no, 30 and 20 left. Okay. Do you have any advice as to which one would be the most important out of these?
Considering you're wanting to use magic and you picked Arcana, and Arcana is associated with intellect, you probably want to put another point into intellect to get it up to 30.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So that's minus 50 to put that one up.
Yeah.
And it goes up to, is it 4?
What's it at now?
2.
It's at 2, so then to go from 2 to 3 will be 30 points.
Oh, okay, yeah, down.
So that means...
screwed up the maths there. So 2 to 3 is minus 20. And then 3 to 4 is... minus 30, sorry.
Yeah, minus 30, yes. And 3 to 4 would be minus 40.
Minus 40, so that would leave me with only 20 left.
What did you start with?
90.
No, what did the attribute start at?
2.
2, so to go... Yeah, that would be 70 points at this stage that you've spent on it, leaving you 20 left.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So if you can spend those 20 on getting you 1 rank in the skills on your on the sheet I gave you that you don't have ranks in. So you can get yourself 4 skills at rank 1.
Okay. So I'll put that up to 4 then. And this sheet, you wrote down all these skills. Is it the one that I got numbers next to that are the ones that
You've already that you got the bonuses on,
so
and the ones that you don't are handy for your character and are cheaper to buy.
just slow down, sorry. Bad sleep, bad
Mhm.
pain. So are you talking like the social, which branches into negotiation, charm, deception, the combat? Is that what you mean?
So either the melee combat,
Yeah.
the deception, the social is the grouping. It's not a skill in itself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So-
Social with the sub-classes of negotiation, charm, deception. Combat with subclasses of melee and ranged light.
Yep.
And then general.
So getting 1 rank in the ones listed there would help you.
Okay, so negotiation I got 2 in, so I'm good. Charm I got 1 in, deception I got 1 in. Melee I got 0.
So you could put 1 in.
So that would be where I'd want to stick at least 1. Ranged light is the same, 0.
Yep.
And skullduggery looks like it's 0 as... Oh no, I've got a 1 in skullduggery. Streetwise is the other one, I have 0.
Yeah.
Okay, so melee is now plus 1. And then it was... why have I got 2 next to streetwise? I think that's a mistake I made. So I've got 1 in streetwise now. And what was the other one? There was skull... And I'm finding this up. Can you just help me figure out? I can't.
Okay.
I've got numbers everywhere.
We had originally started off with 2 in negotiation, 1 in charm, 1 in deception,
Yeah.
2 in stealth, 1 in knowledge Shadowrun.
Just say to myself, yep, and knowledge Shadowrun, yep.
Yep, which meant you had 4 skills you didn't have any points in, which was melee, ranged light, skullduggery, and streetwise.
Okay.
So if you put 1 in each of those, that spends all your points.
So I should have negotiation 2, charm 1, deception 1,
Yep.
melee 1,
One.
ranged light 1,
Yep.
skullduggery 1, stealth 2,
Yep.
streetwise 1, and then Shadowrun 1.
Yep, that's correct.
So everything's 1 except for negotiation and stuff. Thank God this is in pencil. Sorry, my brain is doing weird things.
So how are you guys at doing that upgrade?
I think because it's muted, there might be baby.
That's why I was asking.
interactions. So 2 1 1 1 1 1 2 1 1. Okay, I got that correct. Now my intellect's 4. Does that mean that 90 XP that you had at the top of the page, do I just like scrub that out and
Yep.
spend it all?
You spent it.
My brain's just giving me weird stuffs. I think that's the lack of sleep. Intellect was and with the brawn, agility, intellect, cunning, willpower, and presence, if I want to later increase, say, my willpower or my presence, would I do that like down when I've gotten up to 8th level or whatever?
You do
equivalent
that.
is,
You
or-
can increase those when you complete a specialization.
Okay, right. And how do you complete specializations?
You
I know
buy all 20 talents in it.
Okay, so that's something that you can do as you go through the campaign, like as you
So,
get money.
as
and
in the
stuff
Star
like
Wars one, how I say that they've got different tiers that they've completed.
that? Yeah.
There's 5 tiers in every specialization. So
So
when they
you-
complete the 5th tier, then they gain an attribute.
Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure the answer's no, but I'm going to ask anyway. Is there any way, if you wanted to fast track any of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of XP
And how do you get that?
during Shadowruns.
Okay, so doing jobs or tasks and completing them. So I might write that down here. What are the brawn, etc. called again?
What are the attributes?
Attributes. You get X, giant. XP, which you get from doing jobs. And I presume that answer is roughly the same. Like if I want to get a silencer for my pistol, I need to do jobs, get XP.
Well, you get money.
Yeah.
You then spend money on it.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, buddy, I'm gonna forget up for the moment.
Can I get you something?
I need to stretch my legs.
Can't do that for you. I tell you, this disability stuff keeps throwing new stuff at me. Oh, I'm not yawning. So I was a race elf, and then you were talking about like whether or not
you're
you're.
an awakened elf.
Yeah, I know, that's it. I'm like, I think I'm missing something here. And is that all I'm missing from there? Because I was kind of
There are a few extra things in
Playing
there I can
catch up.
add in there. So you've got a magic rating of 1.
okay. Magic. And what does a magic rating of 1 mean?
The higher the rating, the more powerful you are.
Okay, so it's terms of how powerful you are.
Which means you're just a novice with magic.
Well, I expect, considering it's the start of the game and you want to have character development, and you get character development through completing tasks or jobs, you know, if you start off at expert, you've got nowhere to go. You
That
get
is
a
true.
challenge, and then, you know, less fun.
Mm-hmm.
something dropped. It was your blanket cord,
Yep.
not something.
So, sorry, Martin.
All
We
good.
had a bit agitated.
It's all fine. We understood, so we just talked amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
You've managed to strike without intending to the best jail-free card you've ever got. Have
Yeah.
a baby.
So we were spending experience, weren't we?
We were spending experience.
Yes.
Which is step number 4 on that page I sent you.
I can't look at my phone anymore. My hands
It's
are.
okay. You've already done it.
Martin,
Yep.
what's worth upgrading in terms of, say,
Attributes at character creation, because you can't increase them any other time without a lot of
but I can
experience.
buy or get other things later, right?
You can get everything else later except for the attribute increase.
And that
Right.
attribute is the negotiation, charm, etc.
Yep, that's the key thing to how you do stuff.
I'm just going to put attributes there because you've also called them skills, and that's when my brain commonly gets confused.
Attributes are used on skills.
I can't remember okay.
There's not many of these, is there?
So I was thinking of increasing ability to 4.
Yeah, so that would cost you, from 3 to 4, cost you 40 of your XP.
40, yeah. And what was the other one I was going to increase?
And if you had 90 all up, you can increase it up to 5.
Yeah, well, I do. So that would be 50, wouldn't it? That would take 50.
So that would be 40 for the first increase, plus 50 for the second increase, costing you 90 points.
Oh, okay, I get it, right.
But it does mean you have 5 dice every time you're doing something related to agility, which is basically shooting things.
Or running, or climbing, or doing stuff like that, I guess.
That's one of our abilities, agility.
Yes.
So it's brawn, agility, intellect, cunning, willpower, and presence, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
No, I was thinking of upgrading agility and I think cunning.
Though you may also want to upgrade brawn, because if you do want to be a melee person,
Then I'd need the strengthy.
yeah, you need the strength to help you.
Okay, so I wouldn't have enough to upgrade with 3, I'm guessing.
No.
Well, you have 90 XP, so that means you could upgrade your strength twice to 4, which would cost you 70 points.
But then you wouldn't be able to upgrade anything else. That's what I found as well. You can upgrade later though. So.
And you can make your intellect a 2 instead of a 1 and spend all your points that way.
Oh, instead of adding the...
No, I'm not gonna do that one. Do I have enough to agility and brawn?
Mm-hmm.
Don't even do no tough.
So what are you saying? So what's your agility and what's your brawn?
I think my brawn is 2,
Your brawn's 2.
and my agility, my cunning of 3, my intelligence is 1, and my other is 2.
Brawn, agility, your cunning. So what was your question? So you've got 90 points.
Yes.
So you can bring your brawn up to 3 for 30. Your agility up to 4 for 70 total. Which meant the 2.
Oh, we have enough to board again though.
It is a hard choice.
So if you go from brawn from 2 to 3, it's 30, and then again from 3 to 4, so you're using 70 points.
And then 70, 80. And then I only have 20 points. Or 20 experience for other things. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah. I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Really, baby.
Sounds so happy in the background there.
Yeah. I think I figured out partly why she was a bit fidgety was missed a nappy change, so her nappy was a bit wet.
Yeah, I can understand that making you unhappy.
But so she has skipped her afternoon nap as well, so she's tired on top of that, so it was just a not good combination before.
Yeah.
I can focus on that character. Focus that by so just letting you know, Martin.
Yep.
I only got 70 points.
Yep.
I've increased Brawn to 5. I've increased Brawn to 5 to 50.
And you can potentially spend the rest on skills you have.
Yeah, I was going to increase Brawl to 2, which is 10.
Yep.
And Melee to 2.
Which is also 10, yeah.
10, yeah.
See? Simple.
Yep.
You're the guy with the car and guns.
Pretty much.
Though you're better at punching than you are at shooting.
Well, that's the reason behind my name. My name is Flogger.
Okay, so I will add that onto there as your character's name.
Yeah.
Has M thought of the name?
No, I have not thought of a name yet.
Okay, so you had 90 points then.
I have 90 points. I'm just trying to think. I don't think I want to be a full brawling character.
So your melee weapons use brawling as your core attribute.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
They do. As do your claws and bite.
So it's worth upgrading that.
Yeah.
For you, yes.
Okay, so if I make that to, what, 4,
That's 70 points.
70 points.
You should have 20 left over. So that's 4 now.
So if I wanted to take, I think on the corner list there was another one I wanted to take. So I took charm, negotiation.
You took charm, negotiation,
Deception, and stealth, I think.
You can put 15 points into melee, giving you melee 2. If you haven't put anything into melee yet.
I don't know if I have melee from anything else.
So sorry, what skills did you take again? So you took charm.
Charm.
Yep.
It should be written there.
Oh yeah, you got perception, charm, deception, negotiation, and stealth.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is melee one of your career skills? It is.
It is.
Did I get that through anything else, or can you only get that through career skills?
Once you've got it through career skills, it costs cheaper. If you don't have it as a career skill, it costs an extra 5 points.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So from 0 to 1 is 5 points, and then from 1 to 2 is 10 points. So you spend another 15 points getting your melee to 2.
Okay. And then to get another, wouldn't have enough to get another to 2 though, would I?
No, but you can get another career skill to 1.
Right.
So you can get ranged light to 1. Or you can get skullduggery to 1. Or you can get coordination to 1.
Look what I want, coordination or skullduggery?
For you, most likely skullduggery. It helps the con artist more.
Yeah, people go skullduggery.
Alright.
I get that. Yeah, well, how am I getting hit? What?
So your skills.
Hello.
Perception +1. Charm +1. Perception +1. Negotiation +1. Stealth +1. What did you say? Skullduggery as well then?
Skullduggery, yeah. That's 5 points, yeah?
Yeah, that's 5 points.
Yeah.
Skullduggery +1, and melee was +2.
Yes. And those can be upgraded later. It's just
No, the attributes can't. And that should be all your experience.
Oh. Why am I getting baby fingers in my mouth? Why am I getting baby fingers?
Because obviously you want to eat them.
Yeah.
No, she's like, oh, what are these pea things that I don't have?
Alright, so I think that's everyone who spends their experience.
I believe that is everyone ready to go.
Oh, so rude.
So just to help, I have managed to add in the attributes that I'd left off this section. So when I redo it, you now have attributes listed on there as well to help people.
Yeah.
I was busily doing that while we were talking, so at least I find most of the things we missed. I just have to figure out how to make magic work for the next game.
Now, when it comes to wounds, Martin, and strain,
Yep.
it's just whatever is on our
Whatever your race says.
Yeah.
So we'll go down to M and do her. So she has wounds of 9 plus brawn.
Sorry, give us a second.
All good. Okay, just figuring out Ariadne's fork. She has.
You okay?
Yep, just figuring out your last details for you. So did you end up with armor for your character?
No, I took disguise and lockpicks.
Okay, so that means your character has wounds of 10. Strain. Sorry.
So change that 8 plus brawn.
Becomes 10.
10 plus
Because.
Yep.
No, it becomes 10 total. Because
okay, just 10.
because if your brawn increases from this point onwards, it doesn't increase your wounds. Your.
Alright.
So M, what is your character's brawn?
M's brawn is 4.
So that means she has wounds of 13.
That's correct.
What is her willpower?
Her will is 2, so she has a strain of 10.
Yep. And she didn't take armor either, so that means she should have a soak of 4.
Sorry, what was that, Martin?
She didn't take armor, so she should have a soak of 4.
Soak of 4.
Yep. That's how much damage you take before you actually take damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You
your strain was 12,
and my soap
was 2 for you.
Oh.
Yeah. Because that's equal to your
Yeah.
plus.
Oh yeah, she upgraded her whereas I did mine.
So, Josh, that means your wounds are 16 plus your bronze, so your wounds are 21.
Yeah, 21, and I've got a
What was your character's will?
It was 2.
So that means you have a strain of 8.
Yeah.
So, beefy, but not particularly strong in that sense.
That's fine.
And you had armor though, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I had light body armor.
Okay, so light body armor. I'm just looking it up so we get all the details now.
Yep.
It adds 2 to your soak, so you have a soak of 7.
Soak of 7.
Yep. Which means that 7 points have to be dealt before you even notice someone's stabbed you.
Yes, exactly. Before I even get a scratch.
Yep.
For attack.
Well, that's what you want tanks to do.
So I hide behind Josh.
Well, both you and M can hide behind Josh without anyone noticing because Josh is that big.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm huge.
So the equivalent is Josh would have to go sideways through our door and be sort of leaning as he goes through.
Whereas Emmy and I could probably walk through the door standing next to each other. Or close.
Quite possibly. You could both squeeze through at the same time.
Yeah.
Like a normal person. Okay, so that brings us from character creation to storyline.
Woo!
Shadowrun really is about doing jobs for people. So as Shadowrunners, you've been given the option to make a living stealing from corporations and wealthy people, which is normally what they call it, where you get to live life on the edges of society. Because the last thing you want to do is draw attention to yourself.
Oh, whoops.
Hey, being a troll and big is not drawing attention to yourself when there's a society of trolls that are big.
Yeah, fair.
I'm guessing if trolls were an everyday occurrence, you won't stand out.
You'd probably say trolls would probably be about 1 in 20 on the street. So it's not it's not the majority, but it's not an unusual
If you see a couple
sight.
around, most people are not going to think a lot of it. Whereas, I don't know, if you're a unicorn troll, that might be noticeable.
That would be noticeable, yes.
Just sent you an invite to my character sheet.
So what they have for you is a very simple starting point for a first run. You have been thrown in the back of a van, driven through the city.
I've seen this before. It's the beginning of Pokemon.
That sounds a little bit scary, considering Pokemon is supposed to be
Well, it's funny because
kid-friendly.
every start to a Pokemon game except for the recent generations, you start in the back of a moving truck.
That's not creepy at all. Is there a guy with candy in there?
Nobody's surrounded by matroix.
Yeah.
And none of it's secured.
Yeah.
Just boxes floating around.
That is quite funny.
And I think it was Gen 4 they decided not to have that anymore.
Yeah.
I guess they've done it enough.
Yeah.
So we start with being thrown into the back of a van.
Well, you pick a job where you're being given a chance to make some money. And so, not knowing what you've been asked to do, you all get in the back of a van.
Okay.
And where you meet each other for the first time, at which point we're going to get each of you to actually say what your character's name is.
I need time.
That is an interesting name.
I knew you were gonna say that. Say
So,
that to everyone.
M, what character name have you thought up?
I have no.
Can
I
we
have
start
not.
with names next?
No way. No, it won't be.
So your names go away?
No. Give me the go. Ask Josh, even though you already know this.
We already have his down as Flogger.
So it's Flogger, so it's with an A instead of an E. Flogger.
There we go, we got the A in there.
So is it double GA?
Well,
Yes.
I've gone FLOGGAR.
That's correct.
GAR.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still.
You puny men. I Flogger. Why do you call me Flogger? I Flog.
And while you're in the back of the van, you hear over the speaker the person who's hired you say that they are doing protection for the local stores, running a protection racket, and someone has tried to hold up the local takeaway place called the Stuffer Shack because that has stuff in it. That is the highbrow name they came up with for a generic store. Come here and get stuffed.
Stuff and Shack. Yeah.
That's a funny name.
Yes, and
Balls.
as they're in a very poor area of the world, they can't afford police protection, so they've hired local thugs to do their dirty work, and the local thugs have outsourced it to you. How are they going to get more work if they die going into a gunfight? But hey, you don't actually work for them, you're just getting paid for the job.
So we're starting off in. Did you say store?
In the back of a van heading to
No.
a store called
Yeah.
the Stuffer Shack.
The stuff shop.
Shack. I don't know if you heard that one, but M's name is Bolt.
Bolt? Bolt?
B-O-L-T? Yeah.
It has many meanings. Bolt the shop is bolt in the shade. Bolt is in fast. Bolt is
It's definitely a Bolt.
in.
Loose Bolt.
No, that would be a loose screw.
No, it's bolt. It's bolt, Mum. It's gotta be.
It's always Bolt.
It's always bolt.
Yeah.
What race was Emmy?
Emmy is a dog person.
Okay. Wolf.
She looks very very woofy.
Okay. So we're going to the Stuffer Shack, which is experiencing a lot of theft at the moment.
Currently is being held up by unknown assailants.
We're going to an active robbery.
You are.
Way.
And the one thing you have been asked is please don't rob the store while you're there.
Ah.
As you're being hired to save the store, not hold the store up.
Okay.
But whatever you do to the people holding up the store is between you and the coroner.
Ah. Flogger do flogging. Yes.
Alright.
We're puny robbers. Flogger here for a flog.
So as you get closer, a screen lights up on the inside of the van showing you a basic store with about 3 aisles, a counter, a guy with his hands up, and 4 people in there, one telling the other 3 what to do.
Ah.
And you've each been promised 100 credits if you stop the robbery.
And do you just say
Great.
who was holding up? Someone and 4 people?
So there was one proprietor being held up by 4 gangers.
Okay, and
One of the gangers appears to be telling the other 3 what to do.
Did you mention race though?
No.
No. Okay, so yeah.
They don't really care what race they are. They can be all different races. But they are local gangers. And to be honest, at this level of their thievery, race doesn't matter.
By the way, someone needs to instruct Flogger because he is like as dumb as a post.
And I think that means that our elf is the intellect of the party.
As soon as we arrive, I will instruct Troll to take out the guy who's telling the elves what to do. Sit on him or something. But render him immobile and incapacitated. I won't use big words though. It'll be thump that guy hard.
Incapacitated?
I'll just point and go thump him really hard.
Ah, flog I do flogging.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play a dumb.
Well, they're fun, mine, aren't they?
Dumb puppy that's gonna follow you in. I get to fight people? Yeah.
Okay, so each of you gets to make a cool check for your character.
A cool check. Oh.
Because you know when you're going in. Because cool is your ability to act under guidance. And cool uses your character's presence.
Green dice now.
So that is the green dice.
You actually increased my presence.
How do I use this out again?
So I'm assuming you each have 2 green dice.
I've got 2 presents,
Yeah, but
Ariadne gets an advantage and a success.
That's 2 success, right?
What was that? That is 2 successes.
I got 2 success, Mum.
Okay, so your success. Ariadne got 1 success and an advantage.
Troll dice.
What did Josh get?
He's trying to find his app. Here, do you want to just mine?
Yeah, you're right.
Plus me a phone, I'll find it.
I think I might have done something.
We'll find it.
well, how do I do that? Yes.
I have done this till the certain.
Oh, cool.
I got. It's not the success ones, but it's the other ones. It's the advantages.
You got 2 advantages?
2 advantages.
I was trying to remember what the symbols meant.
That's all good.
Yeah.
So the apparently the group are doing very well for themselves with 4 successes.
Oh yes.
And the leader of the group.
Is that me through default of intellect?
No, that's the leader of the gangers.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I'm pulling my stomach back.
Okay, so let's see. That means. Unfortunately, they get to act before you do, so they don't get to shoot at you or do anything to you because they're too busy in beating up the store. On the camera in the car, you see the group of 3 thugs pushing over shelving, making it easier for you to target them as they try to do damage in the store. As they do a group beat up on the store area. Then the leader tells the guy to hand over his money and tries to intimidate him.
Oh.
Then it is you get to choose amongst the 3 of you as your van pulls up and the back doors open, letting you see into the store. Which of you goes first? Because you now have 3 actions in a row. Well, each of you can act in any order.
Well, instead of going first, if you guys are okay, I'll just point the troll at the leader and tell him to thump him hard. And then I'll point Wolf Girl at the other 3 and say, bite as many as you like. And to start with that, I guess, if that's okay with you two.
And has Ariadne thought of a name?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Starting to...
Good name. Working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Flogger, I believe you've been told to go first. How would Flogger like to run in?
Flog chatterbox, apparently.
Okay, so you get to move up and try to beat someone up. Would you like to try to do a attack against their leader?
Yes, please. Flogger wants to flog.
So I believe you have 5 dice in brawn, plus 2 in brawling.
Yes.
And when we add your brass knuckles to it,
Yes.
because that does help your brawling, brass knuckles will add an extra damage and give you some other stuff happening to it. And it is 2 purple dice because you're doing melee. So that's how your dice pool looks. We take those 2 out, and that means that you hit doing your strength of 5 plus 2 damage, making it 7, plus 1 for your brass knuckles, making it 8.
Oh.
And with the 2 advantages, you can't. You can trigger. You can make him disoriented.
Yes. I make him dizzy.
Okay, so with your 8 damage, he has a circle 4, so he takes a bunch of damage from you.
Oh.
So meaty thud as you rush in and beat up the leader.
So Martin,
Yep.
has a bit of a background of this character. Flogger is all about flogging. His stun baton is called his flog stick, and his brass knuckles is his flog fist.
There is nothing wrong with that. So yes, you go in and you beat him up. Technically, sorry, he had an extra. I missed one of his dice, but it didn't matter. Okay, so you go. Then it is, and you're being targeted with beating up his subordinates.
Balls is currently in the bathroom.
Okay, Bolt has bolted, so we'll go to Edna. You get to step in at this stage. Would you like to pull out your gun and shoot?
So Flogger flog sticked the leader,
Yep, has beat up the leader.
and he's down.
The leader's not down. The leader's
Okay.
still standing. He's just been beaten up.
Okay.
So he's been hurt.
I flog fisted leader. Sorry, chatterbox.
And the other 3 are around the room.
Yep.
The owner is hiding behind his counter.
Hiding behind the counter at the moment, trying to avoid being beaten up, shot, and stabbed.
Okay. I would step to a place where neither of my companions are in my line of sight. And I would point my pistol at him, but rather than shoot, tell him, if you surrender now, we'll let you escape with your life type of thing.
You were tasked with basically making these guys pay for daring to attack the subject.
So does that mean killing?
Or maiming.
So if I got him to surrender and then let the troll beat him up more, that wouldn't be considered making him pay?
That's up to you.
Well, that's why I'm going to... I don't technically want to kill him right now. I don't think that's the dark place we want to go just yet. But I'm pretty sure that the troll would consider this a reward, so if I can get him to surrender, then maybe the troll could ungently kick him all the way back to the van after we've tied him up, and then toss him in the back so we can take him to wherever we take Mist-Eaters. So yeah, I'm pointing my pistol at him and telling him if he surrenders, he'll live. If not, the troll will make him his next meal.
So that will be a coercion check.
Yep.
So what is your character's coercion?
I don't think I've written coercion in here.
So what is your character's
I've got
I
negotiation.
think coercion
Deception.
is willpower. So what's your
Oh.
character's willpower?
Oh, it's only one.
It's 1
I
versus...
thought it was going to rely on presence, which was 2. Yeah, well, hopefully it works.
It is will. And
Yeah.
that would be going against his willpower and... No, he doesn't have anything else to help him with that one, so he's 1 versus 2. Okay, apparently he was very resilient to your ability to tell him to throw down his guns.
I figured that out as soon as I realised it was a willpower and not a presence. Too much Star Wars.
As your squeaky voice was asking him to throw down his gun. So, M, are you back?
She's just run away, but she should be back shortly. Very shortly. I hear rustling, so she should be back any minute now.
So, Bolty's bolting back into the room?
Mm-hmm. If you just give her a minute, she should be not too far away.
All
So,
good.
just remember some histamine and some painkillers.
That is all good.
Headache and my sinus is walked up.
So what you missed is our flogger has come in and flogged the leader, but the leader's still standing. Your fearless elven leader has squeakily told the leader to throw down his weapons.
Throw down your gun!
I've recently had some helium just for the fun of it.
Went for high range. Not sure if everyone else could hear it, but you can hear it perfectly clearly with your ears.
Yep.
Painfully sharp.
Like, I kind of wince because it's that really high pitch. Like the whistles, like.
Yep. And then she pointed you at the 3 knocking the place apart for you to go and beat them up.
Okay, well, I guess I go and nip at some heels.
So it has no problems moving in as your maneuver, and would you like to make a brawling attack against them?
So they're currently just like pushing things over, right?
They are currently pushing things over. You are basically attacking a minion group.
Yeah. Is there any way to sort of like trip them up on what they're doing, or is that part of the brawl?
That is part of the brawl.
Okay, yeah. So I will do that.
You basically get bonuses because of your natural weapons.
Yep.
And looks like you are beating them up quite severely-ish. So you managed to critically hit them with your brawling.
Nice.
So you take one of the gangers out in one go. So a crit hit is an automatic death on a minion group.
Oh wow.
And leaving 2 behind. And with your, what's your brawn?
4.
So you do 5 damage with your attacks. So that means that their soak stops 4 of that. So you do 1 damage to one of the remaining guys.
Mm-hmm. So I get their attention.
Yeah. You basically piss their armor, they're like, ow!
Yep. So basically, you scratch one after taking another's throat out.
Yeah.
So it is quite intimidating when you go in and rush in and do so.
Yep.
Okay, so now it is. There go the 3. The 2 of the remaining ones turn on you to try to get their retaliation. They use their knives and try to stab at you with their knives.
Oh.
Wasn't it right?
Which one did Bolt kill? Just one of the.
One of the minion group gangers.
Yeah.
One of the guys throwing things
So
onto the
kills a
ground.
minion, wounds a minion.
Yep, and then the 2 minions turn on her to try to beat her up. And the dice seem to love you quite a lot. because apparently they got a total failure.
Oh.
Everything else zeroed out. So the two of them are going either side of you, trying to stab at you with their switchblades.
But I'm very agile and nimble, and I dodge out of the way because they are slow.
As they are swearing at you in multiple languages at the same time.
Do I understand any of these languages?
Yeah, you do. And to be honest, you're not quite sure what they're trying to say because there's two of them saying it to you at the same time. But it equates to bad dog.
I understand the general premise of what they're saying.
Yep. And then the leader pulls out his big cutter that he was going to cut the safe open with and tries to attack the troll with it.
Oh.
What's this, sir?
That is this. What baby?
So that is his melee attack. So he gets... Just checking what Unwieldy does to his weapon. Making sure I don't actually make it too difficult.
I was going to Fortnighly.
Okay, so he's using a plasma cutter as a weapon against the troll.
Sure.
And he does hit.
Ow.
So,
You're puny human head flog.
he hits our troll for 13 damage.
Ow.
Well, he is using something used to cut open safes.
Yes.
But with your soak, you reduce that by 7, meaning you take 6 damage.
6 wounds.
6 wounds, yes.
8 out of 15.
So what's your wounds? The runs? So it's
21.
But unfortunately, there is some feedback from him trying to use a weapon on you in such way he takes 2 wounds in return.
because it's using it as not what it's intended for.
No.
No, because for him, strain is damage.
Oh.
It's strange to use a weapon.
Just because you were asking about it before, it is now pouring down here.
Yeah, it's
No,
about.
we saw on the radar that there was lightning coming down, and that it was almost hitting O'Connor.
Well, if we happen to cut out for no reason, you'll know we got hit by lightning again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rain hasn't reached us yet. We're like in the middle of a dry patch, and everywhere else around town is trying to get wet.
I have a working title.
Yep.
Lydia Faye Shadowstar, Champion of Justice, Defender of Innocence, Demolisher of Evil, and Distributor of Ill-Gotten Funds.
So I'm going to go with Shadowstar at this stage as the name you're using.
Lydia Faye.
Well,
Is-
as a runner name.
Oh, as a runner name?
Yeah, Shadowstar.
Or just Shadow. Preferably
Oh,
not
we mentioned
Star.
multiple names. I go back.
Well, I feel because my other 2 new names are Thea and Thala, I really should make an attempt to make this one different.
Friends call me Flog by short.
Okay, so now that they've both had
You
a
sure
go,
they don't call you R for short?
and now
No.
now that you've seen your big nice troll get a huge burn in his side,
Ow.
as
That was the leader?
the leader did that using his plasma cutters, which are used to cut open safes.
Is it my turn?
It is the party gets to choose who goes next.
Did you want to try and deal a blow, or...?
Flog, I'm not happy with
No, sorry, I should have said, Bolt's name. Because, Flogger's being burned.
Did Bolt wish to continue beating up the minions?
Yes, I will continue to get up here. Up, but is there such as most like in our other games we can ask simple things or
Yep.
say simple things? Is that a thing in this game?
That is the thing in this game.
So I kind of point to their friend that had his throat ripped out and kind of go like,
You're next.
did you really want me next?
Well, they had just tried to stab you with their blade, so I think the answer was yes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm giving them another choice, so, you know.
Like, yes, balls to stab my sheep friend.
Okay, so this time you are dealing 6 damage with your claws. So with the base of strength +1 plus an extra 1 for the extra success. And with their circle 4, that means you get through with another 2. And apparently the guy you scratched earlier is still going. He's managing to withhold your damage.
So, let me get this right. So, it's brawn of 4.
Yep.
+1 for your claws or bite, whichever way you're doing it.
Yep.
And then 1 for the success beyond the first.
Right, okay.
You get customers.
Yeah, and does that include the +2 on the melee skills as well?
The melee skill for +2 gives you 2 yellow dice instead of all green dice.
Oh, okay, so that's probably done wrong then? Like, as in, we just using all green dice before.
I used 2 green dice and 2 yellow dice for your previous attack,
Oh,
and
no.
for this attack.
Okay, so that was right.
That was correct.
Okay, cool.
And so,
Just me, I can't really see the iPad from the playpad, so it's just, I'm trying to wrap my head around how this combat's working, so.
okay, so Josh, I believe it is your chance to beat something up.
Oh,
I'm guessing having just been burned, you probably want to beat
No.
up the person who burned.
Flogger mad.
Flogger mad. So, as a comparison, this is Flogger's dice pool.
Oh, flog.
So, and when I take away the matches, that basically is how Flogger's doing it. So, Flogger is, so that represents your hit, and that represents your extra stuff. So,
Yeah.
you do brass knuckles, just checking to see what extra brass knuckles give you.
The brass knuckles being called, what were they called again?
The flog fist.
The flog fist.
Flog fist.
So brass knuckles have a crit of 4, which you just missed.
Oh, damn.
But it does mean that with your strength of 5, with your +1 to the brass knuckles making it 6, your extra hits making it another. Oh, sorry, I also forgot to add in that. That dice did nothing. So you did a net of 7 damage to him with his circle 4, so he reduces it to 3. And you can return his disorient to another 3 rounds if you wish to.
Yes.
Which means he gets to roll a black dice when he's trying to do stuff.
Good. He very easy.
You're literally knocking the sense out of him.
Yep. Okay, so, and then Ariadna, they have not thrown their weapons down, so you can choose to shoot at the minion group or at the...
Let me say what I'm planning to do,
All good.
which is, I don't know if this counts as one action or 2 or if I can do it, but I wouldn't mind stealthing behind the leader and trying to shoot him in the back,
Okay.
since he's occupied by Flogger in the front.
Well, currently, you can shoot at him from a little bit of range, which gives you 1 purple dice.
Oh, okay.
If you move up to him, unfortunately that increases the dice to 2 purple dice because
Okay.
he has a chance of moving out of the way.
Retaliate. Yeah, okay, that's okay. I don't know mechanic shit.
So,
That's why I
what
said
is
I'm
your-
not sure how it would work.
What is your character's agility?
Oh shit, why does it always pick on things that I'm not good in?
So that's how it works.
Actually, I'm really good in it. 3.
And what is your character's ranged light?
1.
So that means you have a dice pool of 1 yellow, 2 green versus 1 purple, while just standing outside the doors and shooting at him.
Yeah.
You can also aim.
Yeah,
which
I
gives
prefer
you-
to aim because I don't want to get flogged out by accident.
And he has some defense, which gives him a black dice to the roll.
And I definitely don't want to hurt Wolf either.
Okay, so looks like with your lining up to shoot, you hit and you critically hit,
Oh, okay.
and you can probably critically hit multiple times, but one critical hit against him takes him down.
Okay. Just because I like the drama, I'm happy to continue taking him down.
Okay, so while Flogger's looking at this guy who has reeled from your punch, apparently he collapses after a very loud bang from outside.
Oh,
As you see Shadow Star stun smoking in the doorway, as the leader crumples from the one blow.
Good gun? I haven't got a name for it.
I thought knock senseless, not kill.
He tried to kill you with a plasma thing. I figured at this stage this is provable defense. So, in order for Flogger to understand that, I'm like, bad man hit you, me kill.
Okay, the other two remaining ones try to run out. So running past the both of you, you now get another round to act. You can choose to chase after them and attack them if you wish to.
Chase?
I think Bolt will always chase. I just wanted to add also, if I shoot this guy, and hopefully that gives us a reputation that means he's more intimidating later.
Yep. And you can either have Ariadna go first with her skill with her weapon. You can have Wolf chase and basically make them pay for running out on her. Or you can have Mr. Flogger go and flog them.
I think it would be depriving Bolt of her victory since she's already done work now. And Flogger's technically had a go to beat some people up, so I'm very happy for Bolt to get her just reward.
Bolt plays fetch.
Maybe keeping Flogger in reserve in case Bolt rolls badly.
Okay, so you see Bolt play chase. Apparently, Bolt is so good at playing chase that she gets. So that's net.
So I'm saying to you, get the minions! Get the minions! Bring them back here!
Reduces to
It's
one
like
that
stick,
goes
but
away.
more fun.
So Bolt gets a triumph as she chases them down. So, to put it simply, you get two with as you chase them down. So one you just basically crumple to death as you leap at the one you were originally fighting and take him down. How would you like to describe that?
You see Bolt running over the debris of the store and make this running jump at the guy. And in their panic, the other guy kind of like gets in my way, like he's darting through the debris where I'm just sort of like running over it, and
Legs go flying.
legs go flying, or their legs go flying. I managed to hit the guy.
Not everywhere.
The things went well for me.
And I'm guessing Bolt looks as joyous as a puppy who's managed to get the stick. Or frisbee. Or ball.
So
all the minions wanted to do was just to get some medicine home to their mother.
Yeah.
So as these guys managed to start invoke play, it was their fault.
Yeah.
So yes, as you manage to go through their pockets, literally, you get a chance to each pick up a ganger jacket if you want one. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit the troll.
Oh.
Sure, I'll keep the gang jacket as a trophy.
Yep. So the ganger jacket will give you an extra soak.
As much as it doesn't fit me, I'm going to try and put it on. I am that dumb. Like, oh, jackets. Oh, yeah.
And then like Bruce Hall.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you'll be able to make yourself harder to beat up. And you can then put your own gang team colours on there later.
Sounds good.
Uh,
That guy's not gonna use it, so.
they're not. And you each have a chance to pick up a simple pistol.
No, don't. Puppy stays away from pistols. Pistols have foot. They're not good picks. At least not for puppies. Too long the fingers doesn't work. Wait, sounds good.
Yeah, just saying that the loot that they could pick up from this was a simple jacket each, a leather jacket, a simple pistol, so an extra pistol
Right.
to go with your.
So you get one each. We don't have to choose.
You can get one each.
Okay.
And then the leader had the plasma cutter for cutting open safe.
Yep. Who gets that? Just the group in general?
The group can get the plasma cutter.
If Bolt doesn't mind, I think it might be a weapon that Flogger might appreciate, since he's big enough to wield it without too much trouble. If Flogger wants it.
Lovely.
You want plasma blade?
It's not a blade. It's basically
plasma.
It's a tool for cutting doors open with.
I'm pretty sure Flogger will make good use of it either way.
I grab tool. I grab bright tool.
So do you want to stick that in your items list?
Plasma flog?
Yeah. Plasma
What?
flog.
Plasma.
Bright torch. You have bright
bright
torch.
torch.
Right.
I have bright torch.
Flog torch.
No, it does take one action to set it up. So one maneuver to set it up.
Okay. We can always pass it around if we need to.
Okay, and it uses your melee to actually damage things. So it is quite good for you to have.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't shut up.
Okay, and then you get picked up by your van afterwards. With the thanks from the store owner for stopping the gang members from beating up his place.
Hopefully he doesn't mind cleaning up Bolt's very bloody mess.
Most of that's outside, he doesn't mind.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
This sounds actually quite good.
More fishy.
Though you can see he's calling the local doctor to collect the bodies, and if they survive, well, the doctor will charge them. If not, then he will find a use for them.
So, sorry, did we get money for that one?
When the van picks you up, you each get paid 100 credits.
Wait.
Did we spend any of our money before?
You did not.
Okay, so I have 187.
So with that extra money, you now have a chance to go off and buy stuff later. So we'll deal with that if we come back to this next section.
So we've got 100.
Extra 100 credits.
Do you want a snack?
You are mini frog. Mini frog. Mini frog.
Mia's like, yes.
And so what I'm intending for this game is to be a chance for you guys to let loose on things that you don't care about as
All the
much.
frustrations in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to do that in a Shadowrun game than a story where your actions count.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a dungeon crawl, but a bit more interesting.
So a place where you're hired to do the bad stuff.
Not only do I get puppies in my other game, I get to actually play the puppy.
I thought you would like that, which is why I made sure we had the animalistic race in there.
Yeah.
It was originally designed for cats, but I just decided I'd rather it be whatever animal you want to be.
I've always just wanted to
Is
play a
that worth
dumb
anything?
brute.
Nice.
So that gives you 1 soak if you wear it.
Yeah.
But it's not really worth that much.
Okay. 1 soak is okay.
And you can customize it as you go, putting your own stuff on it.
Oh, I kind of want an ankle length one eventually.
It
For
can
now,
be
this works.
a leather jacket can be ankle length, however you describe it.
Oh, okay.
So you pick up this ankle length leather jacket off the guy,
Mhm.
whereas the troll picked up the human-sized leather jacket and tried to put it on. Unfortunately, it didn't fit through his fingers. But he tried.
I tried.
So, what did you think about that style of combat after you've been playing D&D for so long?
Yeah, it was hard because going back to the Star Wars kind of vibe of it, it's just so different to everything.
Well, it's more dynamic in the sense of what you can and can't do. And it does reward people setting up and working together. So shooting into combat's not really a bad thing. You're less likely to hit your friend unless you get a despair, which is the red dice. So that's 1 in 12 on a red dice.
Yeah.
So not likely to happen very often. And as you didn't have any really bad people in there, they didn't upgrade the dice rolls for you. And I made it a street gang leader and his gang.
Fair enough.
So a minion group of 3 gangers and his leader meant that they weren't really a huge challenge for you, and every critical success you got took one of them out. So the having your smart person pull the gun out and shoot it meant that you're less likely to be taken out.
Ah, yeah. Flogger could have dealt with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Where's my jacket from?
I took a bite before I.
When you wanted to ask a question. So, I know it's usually funny when you ask the questions that everyone else takes the bite. This time you wanted to ask the question, so you took a bite.
In terms of items,
Yep.
you've been having a scribe and an item keeper for most games,
Yep.
but this one looks like a lot of the items are very personal, like picking your bits and pieces. Does someone keep track of all the individual items people have?
Well, I was going to get each person to write their character up for me as they've done it and send it to me. And then I will put it up there as examples of characters. So when I do this for the D&D Wednesday, who will be doing this as a replacement game for a while, it will help us have a little fun letting off steam and just doing something different.
Well, it means that if, like on Wednesday, you have 2 players who have very good reasons for not being able to come, and you've got 2 players who, kind of really want to play, you can still allow them to have some sort of fun while the 2 people who are not able to come don't miss out necessarily either.
And if we're missing enough people to do the story, we can just say, here, let's go off and beat things up.
Yeah, you can change the job on any particular game night to suit the amount of players coming up much more easily than you can with like D&D, where the storyline's more long running and it's set up over a number of sessions.
Yep. And I'll get everyone in all the other games to prepare something so that they have something on the odd chance we can't run the normal story.
It's a good idea, especially with COVID and life.
So if you guys like that, we will probably end up doing that next session as well to give us a break from D&D.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We might actually have a roster, because you tend to only be working one Friday out of the...
Yes, but it still might be a good break from it.
Yeah, no, we might be able to have him join us in terms of our key crew.
So, Martin, after the end of that scene,
with regeneration. So
So-
how does that work?
With regeneration, at the end of a scene, we have, let's see, because there's a specific thing that you roll at the end of a scene to help you heal.
Oh, yeah.
Recovery and healing, 16.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's my dinner. That means I go to sleep soon.
Okay, so you get to make a discipline or a cool check.
Yep.
So what's better for your character, discipline or cool? Discipline is will and cool is presence.
It'll be cool.
So that's 2 dice. So from your character's perspective, so you recover 1 strain and 1 wound.
1 strain and 1 wound. 16.
I would use.
As you guys didn't have any strain or
Oh, okay, you don't have to do
wounds,
that.
you don't have to worry about doing so. I don't believe M actually got hit because they tried and missed.
No, yeah, they failed.
Yeah.
You're right.
And so that means that your troll would then hopefully regain more over time.
Yeah.
Amongst all of you, he can take the punishment and recover.
Yeah.
Everyone else needs medical care.
Well, judging from the, what was it, 21? 21
Wounds he has.
points, is it DC?
Oh, 21 wounds.
Wounds, yeah, okay.
So
They
it-
call it different things.
So he takes 21 points of damage before he goes down,
Yeah,
but he can only take was it 8 strain before he goes down.
okay.
Whereas
And
he,
he's got like 4 soak.
and he's got 7 soak
7 soak. Oh, well, that was much higher than I thought.
because he's also got the
Not that
animal.
that's bad.
So yours with the jacket, your soak goes from 2 to 3.
Yeah, I put that in here. My soak's +1 on the jacket.
Yeah.
Cranky on these baby.
So you all got an upgrade fairly early on, and if M can take the gun to just sell it later or hand it to another player in another game.
Might be handy if, in case, you know, if Ross or Sue are able to turn up, it might be handy to give them something if they...
Yep, sure.
Or you can hold on to it, there's no reason why you couldn't.
I would gingerly put these guns into like a backpack or whatever.
I can hold on to it for you if you like.
To give you an example of what that is to you, so as not everyone starts off with guns, a light pistol itself is the same amount new as you just got paid.
Yeah.
So it's almost doubled your
So yeah, it'd be
income.
worthwhile for Bolt to sell it, but I'm happy to hold on to it if Bolt's not comfortable, and then she can sell it whenever she wants to. I would suggest straight away though.
Those selling would only get you about half.
Oh, I thought you said it.
To buy it new is 100,
Okay.
and that means you're saving someone else buying it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But from credits wise, it's worth about half to you.
Yeah, I misinterpreted what you said.
All good.
Kind of normal for me.
So yes, and I thought we might finish it up there and
Yeah.
chat afterwards.
Yeah.
If you guys
Sounds
are happy with that, so I
Mhm.
will end the session and we'll be back in a moment.